Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the AniGains podcast. Noah has once again transformed from being a handsome Chinese man to now being a modern-day Frank Zane. We are actually here with the fantastic self-coach PCA Pro, Mr. Kyle. Is it Raison?
Yes.
Raison?
Like the fruit.
Raison.
Yeah.
Raisin. Oh, that's even
Oh,
better.
shit, man. How we
I'm
doing,
good.
though?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've been a little bit better. I'm currently, for all the audio listeners, I'm currently hooded up. If you are a previous AniGains listener, you would know I lost the forfeit bet, and I had to go dye my hair. Yeah. So
Yeah. So for those thinking that Cam's turned into a Sith Lord overnight,
Yeah.
it's not. He's hiding. He's hiding his new barnet, and that shall be revealed in 3, 2, 1. Boom. Let's go.
There we go.
Mate, that's all right.
That looks good.
Mate,
I was expecting it to be pink.
Brother.
mate,
Nah.
you played it safe here.
No.
That looks good.
There is a lot of context here.
You
So,
look
okay.
like you belong on Pirates of the Caribbean. You know, the handsome guy,
Man,
Caspian.
fuck, they're still continuing. I thought I'd beat them, but they've come back. I went to this salon in London called Hako Hair, right? Reason why I went there, there's like a bunch of like cool Japanese stylists. I was like, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it properly, right? A day before I get my hair done, I get sent an email saying, hey, by the way, some of our stylists have limited English proficiencies. So bear that in mind. And then I get there and I'm like waiting, and then I meet my stylist. Bro doesn't speak a lick of English. Right, like not
Not speaking English.
well. I mean, I wouldn't put it like that. We're like 5 minutes in. I don't want to get cancelled, but let's just say I was good at speaking English and he was good at cutting hair. Right, so I get to talking to him. I'm like, listen, mate, I want it to be blue. I want it navy blue with some blue highlights. And he looked at me and went, oh, and I was like, all right, okay, then. Yeah, I kind of like sat there with my arms crossed, and then he was like staring at me. He was like, "So what do you want to do?" I was like, "Mate, fucking, I'm not allowed to get what I want, so I guess you're gonna decide." And he was like, "We do my hair." I was like, "Well, whatever." Like, I actually don't give a fuck at this point. So then he gave me the exact haircut that he has, except he's a cool Asian and I'm like a fat white guy. So now I look like this, and yeah, and then he charged me more money because he did highlights for it, which the nice girl behind the desk was able to translate. It was like, oh, by the way, you thought it was going to be 35? No, it's actually going to be 125. So, yeah, I got absolutely fisted. Now my hair's blonde, and I fucking hate
You're
Wesley.
supposed to get navy blue hair.
Yeah, mate, that's a cop
Yeah.
out.
How long did it take you to come up with this fake story?
No. Right. I've got the receipts. I've got all the emails. I wanted, because if anything, I'd say navy blue as a cop out from my original hair color, which is like brown. You know, to dye it blue is one thing, but he actually bleached it, which I remember we specifically said, no one wants to bleach their hair. Bro's limited English proficiencies has fucked me. Now I've got bleached hair, and now I don't know how to manage bleached hair, so I'm probably going to have to shave it all off soon anyway.
It looks good. This is one of those forfeits that you want to lose.
Yeah, the point was it wasn't supposed to look good, and it's annoying that you've now made it look good.
I think anything, I could have made anything look good, mate. That's what
that's true.
Mr. Reese Fit said anyway.
Probably true.
He said I look like Nickelback if he, to quote.
That's a good shout. That is a good shout.
Yeah. Cheers, mate. Yeah, man. Ez, have you had a better week?
Yeah, I'd say so. I've literally just come back from the French Alps, so I've been in a place called Teen. So I was
You've been
skiing
in
there.
Teens?
I've been in Teens, yes.
Lovely
Teens.
stuff.
Teen. No,
Lovely stuff.
they're of age. No, I'm joking. Mate, at least I didn't say someone from high school DXD as my favorite wife.
And she was 19, so it's fine.
I know.
It's written in the story that she's not.
Anyway, yeah, I was in a place called Teen in France. So yeah, really, really good fun. Went with some friends for uni. Had for those who follow my Instagram, a few falls here and there. So like they have like this snow park. So it's like a skate park, but like a snow one where you can do some jumps, go on some like rail pipes and stuff. And I gave them a go, and yeah, I'm let's just say I'm a bit bruised from that now.
Yeah.
And I had a fall on the first day. We were like going down this really steep black, which is like the hardest slope, and I fell, which is fine, but because it was that steep, I was literally like just falling face first down the mountain on my front. And I couldn't stop myself. And it was like literally going on for about 3 minutes, just falling down. It was something out of like a Looney Tunes cartoon or something. So yeah, man, that was rough. That was rough. But overall, man, yeah, really, really good fun. Really cool. Man. Like something I do. Mate, we need to do a ski holiday at some point.
A big AniGains with all the guests as well. Carl,
I mean, what?
Dude, I've wanted to go for ages. I used to skateboard, so I don't know if it's the same thing.
Yeah, mate. So you should do you should do snowboarding.
Surely
it's like similar concept. Yeah, it's very similar.
Is it?
It's not. I've done snowboarding. I used to skate as well. And then snowboarding is like, so you know, like when you're skateboarding, you need to kind of like stay centered. But even then, you can kind of like blag it by like being a little bit off balance and auto correcting yourself. Snowboarding is not like that. Like you are locked in, and if you're not like leaning back constantly, like perfectly balanced over that back foot constantly, you're getting wiped out. And it's like Qais said, like when you fall down the mountain, like especially when your feet are locked in, you're fucked. Like you just
you need but to be fair, once you get used to it, it's all right, mate. To be fair, they have like slopes in Japan. So if we do our Japan trip, we can do like Tokyo, and then we can go up to the north and do like a day of skiing and snowboarding.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that'll be good. So for those of you who are not familiar with Mr. Kyle Raison, Kyle is a self-coached PCA Pro. You've done 3 competitive seasons now, haven't you?
Yeah. Well researched.
Yeah. And like, so what are the plans now? Because you're currently like pretty lean, like even still, like, yeah. Are you going again this year?
Not 2026. Not 2025. Sorry, 2026 will be the one. I don't think I'll have enough time because I'm going to try and take the bulk a little bit slower if I can. But I'm already 7 pounds up from peak deficit. So I try and take it slow, but it just I just whacked my calories up by 500. Tried to get back to maintenance and just added 7 pounds. So we'll see. We'll see how fast the ball goes along. Like normally, I don't really do long gaining phases. They normally end up being about 12 weeks. So if I get to the end of the bulk and I'm like, I've made some progress here, maybe I'll compete. Maybe not. It depends.
Yeah.
What's the goal for next time you compete?
I've not actually said this to anyone, so this is like AniGains insider info.
Sky Sports exclusive.
Yeah. I've told a few people, but I remember every time I've told them, I've been like, oh no, I've not really said this to anyone. I think I've told like a handful of people, but I think it's probably the IFBB next. The pro card.
Nice.
I'd like to do a PC Pro show, but it just depends how they line up. It'd be nice to.
The thing is, you've got the look. Yeah, you've got with classic, it's not just about like size and being huge. Obviously, you've got a decent amount of muscle, but you've got that look where it's just put together really nicely. The insertions, the lines are really nice. So, yeah, mate, I think I'm not going to say, oh, you'll definitely win your pro card because who knows? But yeah, you'll be in with a shout for sure, man. Because I remember the first time I ever saw you was like last year when you were doing the PCA shows, and I was like, you said Frank Zane. I was like, this kid like literally looks exactly like Frank Zane.
This season? Yeah.
Yes, this season. Yeah. So that was the first time I'd seen
you. I don't know
what videos were going quite popular.
Yeah, I don't know what I did for that peak week, but I did kind of like I did come in and like the look was just weirdly Frank Zane-esque. Good. I
think the hair adds to it as well.
And probably the fact that I wasn't quite like fully in condition, like a 70s bodybuilder. So I think that helped. But yeah, it's weird. Like as a bodybuilder, like it seems for me like the more muscle I put on, like the more like the better my physique looks. If that makes sense. I don't think I have like the bone structure I've got. I don't think is as pleasant as how it looks when muscle goes onto that bone structure. Which I guess is pretty much what bodybuilding is. But yeah, so I'm excited to see what it looks like with another 10 pounds. 260 is the goal, but I don't know if I'll get it.
Mate,
how much are you weighing at the minute?
220, 229.
And so you were like 222 on stage?
218.
218. That's still big. And how tall are you?
I'm 6'1" though. So
okay.
Yeah, mate,
still big.
I'm 6'1". I was 175 pounds on stage.
Yeah, boy. You're Asian though, right? they have lighter bones. That's the thing. I'm sure it is. Is that not a thing?
I'm not Asian. I'm not Asian. No.
Oh, we spoke about this before.
Yeah, brother. everybody, a lot of people think
we
I'm
literally
Asian.
had
I'm
this
like Asian fish.
conversation.
Yeah, no. I mean, I'm half Indian,
Wow.
but like,
Close.
yeah,
It's still Asian. It's still in Asia.
yeah.
And everyone knows that Indians are just small.
Yeah.
Like, I can't name a. Can you name one Indian Olympian?
Buan Chawan is a men's physique competitor.
Where did he place?
Last.
Class. Yeah. Sick. Yeah. It was one of us, and he placed dead last. Sick.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. But no, Kyle, I find it really interesting, and the reason why I wanted you on the show specifically is because it seems like, and this is my interpretation, because I kind of like when I discovered you, I like followed you, and then I basically stalked you, backtracked some things, and it seems like you like bodybuilding, but it doesn't consume you. You're an incredibly well-rounded individual, like sort of like outside of that as well. Like a lot of bodybuilders I do find are like, I don't want to say like fairly one-dimensional, but like everything they do.
I do.
Yeah. I mean, I do. I just don't want them getting angry at me and then sending in emails into the show. But yeah, like, I don't know. Like, yeah, a lot of people can only really have to offer, to talk about, their physique, and, they can't bring anything more to the table than that. But like, you've actually got like a fair amount of like other vested interests. Like, you actually are into anime as well, which was very cool. Yeah, man. So, yeah, man. Like, what are you watching at the minute?
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean about other like certain bodybuilders. Like, it just seems like they're all into bodybuilding. But I get that like people are passionate. But for me, like, genuinely, if I wasn't into bodybuilding, like, I would just be like a normal bloke, like drinking beer on like a weekday, and then going out at the weekend, going to the pub with my mates. Like, it's just it's one of the, I feel like going to uni kind of contributed to that as well. Kind of.
Yeah.
Where did you
I went
go?
to Manchester.
Met. What did you study?
I undergrad degree in sports science, and then I did a master's in physio. So I did 5 years to become a coach, which is pretty much all I am right now.
To be fair, it's the experience, though, innit? At uni, like just living the lifestyle, and you meet like the guys I went to skiing with. That I met them on the first day of uni, and I'm still friends with them.
That's
So
the same
it's
as mine. Met them on the first day, and then lived with each other for the next 4 years.
Yeah, man.
Cool stuff though.
Definitely.
But yeah, into anime as well. I got into anime when I was 17, so quite late.
Okay.
Just started watching Dragon Ball, and I was like,
just started watching.
Yeah. I can't remember why I started watching it, but yeah, the original OG Dragon Ball. I think I was just bored one day, and I played the video game on Game Boy when I was a kid, and I just must have thought, surely it has to be good for them to have made a video game. So I just started watching it, and I was like, this is insane. Like, this is sick. Like, this is so well written. And like, the reason I think I like anime, and I always say this to people who aren't sure about it or have never watched it, is like, they don't have to worry about actors. You don't have to worry about like any real life setup. So all of the effort is like goes into the writing and the production of the actual content itself. So it's actually, I think, like 9 times out of 10 better than actual like real life, stuff that you'd watch in the cinema. That's why I like it.
Yeah, man. They can be more creative with it, for sure.
100%. Well, yeah.
So what would you say then? Like, give me a few of your like favorite animes you watched so far then.
I always say this to people, like, I don't have favorites, but like off the top of my head, probably like I'd name 5. Attack on Titan, Death Note.
Good.
Sick.
Yeah.
Good.
That was so good that I watched it on holiday.
Yeah, man.
Sword Art Online.
Fucking hell. Shit. What, the original?
Yeah.
Okay.
And probably missing some. The OG Dragon Ball, not Dragon Ball Z. And then
Yeah.
what else did I say? I can't remember. Those are the ones on top of my head.
Well, at least you're better than Noah. I'm going to make a petition here to permanently kick Noah off. It's terrible anime takes. Oh, mate. Some of his favourites are absolutely dreadful. Really bad.
I mean, he likes like fucking Blue Lock and like...
Blue Lock.
Yeah.
What else was it as well? A Tokyo Ghoul he had.
Yeah, Tokyo Ghoul and
Tokyo Ghoul was the first proper quote-unquote anime that I ever watched.
Really?
Is that because it was on Netflix?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was quite
Yeah,
good
no,
season
that
one.
makes
Like it was quite. It was okay.
it's all right. Like, yeah, it's one of those where it's like, I think I read the manga initially, and then I heard it was getting animated, and then I saw the anime. I was like, if you started this as an anime and didn't know the manga, you would be like, you wouldn't know what you're missing out
I
on,
think
pretty
that's
much.
probably why.
Yeah,
Why I didn't
yeah.
mind it.
You watched one dating show, didn't you? One dating show that I've been. It's like someone only can communicate in Russian.
Yeah. I think I was in my feels at one point after I broke up with a past thing and was feeling a bit romantic. So I was like, I watched some like romantic-esque anime. You know, I watched like 3 episodes, and
Yeah,
yeah, it wasn't good enough for me to watch the rest. But yeah,
yeah.
probably gonna regret telling you that if friends watched it.
No, bros. I
My friends
like
like,
a nice
what have
slice
you been
of.
watching?
Yeah, no, that is like one of the ones like, bro, like none of the homies could find out that like I'd watched all of K-On! And like, you know, like I absolutely do like romance anime. And you just can't get caught watching them on the Stairmaster.
So, what's your favorite romance anime?
Mine.
Both.
Oh, okay.
I don't watch them.
Yeah.
I feel like Sword Art's pretty like romancy in a way. They get
To be
married
fair,
and shit.
I'll
Isn't
give
it
you that.
fantasy?
No, but there is a huge romance.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
It was. I like that element of it.
How about you, Cam?
I mean, my love story, the one about the big man.
Yeah.
I like that one a lot. But if I had to like say, kind of like outside of that, I really do. You know what? Actually, I'll give it to Carl. The best thing about Sword Art Online, besides some of the animation scenes within the fights and obviously the opening, the love story is decent. Within the first series, anyway. I think I don't know. I think Sword Art Online is just the reason why I say it's stinky is because I think it's overrated for what it is. But I think there is a lot of like good merit and elements to the show. Kez, you don't watch romance anime, do you?
I not typically. I've seen a few. I would say, objectively speaking, my favorite was it's a film, is Your Name.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic, like that is a brilliant film. Really good, really well written. Gets you in the feels as well. And then in terms of a series, I'd say my favorite. Have you seen Toradora?
Yes. Yeah.
That's good. I actually like that.
Is that the one with the little orange-haired girl?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
I shouldn't have watched that.
Mate,
Yes.
this guy's an expert with his romance.
Yeah, I've only seen a couple. Where you're like, bro knows more than me. That's crazy. Oh, mate. No, this is why it's sick. This is why, because I was like, mate, you would never guess by looking at like a 220-pound lean bodybuilder so into his romance anime. It's sick.
Yeah, I like to mix it up, but I feel like there's just a little bit of romance added in there. Like it just completes it, I think.
Oh mate, you know, for the thumbnail, I'm gonna edit Kyle into like a romance anime poster. Like I'm gonna put him as like the male protagonist in it. With a high school anime girl next to him.
Kyle sometimes
hell yeah.
confesses his feelings in English.
Oh yeah, man. That'd be the show of the season I watch, man. For real.
Yeah.
Good.
My brother's like you,
okay.
Kez. It's Kez, right? Yes.
It
yes,
is,
just checking.
correct.
He literally just watches fighting anime. Like
I just watch fighting anime.
You do.
That's the thing.
You do.
I don't. I'd say Noah watches them more than me. Like I watch, yes, shonen ones, but like I like watching like psychological ones as well. I'm not into like basically I just want high stakes in the anime, regardless of if there's loads of action or not loads of action. I just want like high stakes, and you feel like, okay, if the protagonist doesn't win, then something bad's gonna happen. That's the type of stuff that I'm like when you're on the edge of your seat a bit more. I do like some action, but I don't like action for the sake of it. Like Cam. Like,
yeah, to be fair.
let's just say, well, we're gonna bring this up every single episode until the end of time. Solo leveling.
Yeah, just fucking solo, man.
Do you not like
Literally, we are gonna diss solo leveling in every single episode.
You like solo leveling, don't you?
Yeah. I've been waiting for every episode a week. I think I feel like it's just hard not to like the animes, but the main character's just OP.
I don't like that. I like having to see the characters struggle in terms of like have obstacles to overcome rather than just winning everything. I feel like,
I get that. I can see why people wouldn't like it because you kind of know, like,
yeah,
I feel
exactly.
like that's why I like it, because you like, it's going bad, but like, you know, he's gonna like pull out something. But I can understand why, if you knew that was gonna happen, like, why it would be very entertaining.
Yeah, exactly. Speaking of, Cam, I've finished JoJo season 1.
And what did you think?
Very good. I enjoyed it.
Hell
I
yeah.
enjoyed it, man. Yeah. And I've heard people say it gets better as well.
Yeah, season 1's worse, in my opinion.
Yeah, and I liked it. I like season 1. So yeah, man, I'm a fan. I'm a fan so far.
How many seasons?
Carl,
How many
it's
seasons
just-
is there of JoJo's?
4,
How many
5, I think.
How many
6,
episodes a
technically.
season?
6 or there's 20 in the first, I think, or
There's
something.
loads, isn't there?
Yeah, but it's like,
It switches up, to be fair.
yeah, I thought it was gonna be too bizarre, like, and too random, and like no ongoing plot, but there is, like, it's ongoing, and each arc continues into the next one in terms of like each character's related to the next one, and it does kind of interlink, and it does make sense, and it is a pretty decent story as well. And obviously, like, I love the little cool poses they do as well. Like this should be your, if you look at JoJo's, that should be your inspiration for your next posing routine, because some of the poses they do in JoJo's is like literally like classic poses.
Really? I've never.
Yeah.
I watched. I think I watched season 1 ages ago, and then just never ended up doing the rest of the seasons. I'll have to have a look.
Oh, what? Really?
What?
Most people commit to season 1 just to kind of get through it so they can watch the rest of the seasons.
I think I got to it where it was like in the jungle thing, and then I just tapped out. I don't know why.
Yeah, to be fair, I mean, look, season 1 it's very good, but I think it is a bit dated. To be fair, I if I were you, I've said this multiple times on the show, but I would just skip to part 3, and just take it from there, because you only a little bit of things will go over your head, because each and every season is so different from the last that you can get away with doing that. I would say from part 3 anyway, I'd say you can get away with doing that. Part 3 is legitimately my favorite. Probably, like, I think I put it 4th in my anime list. Like, yeah, it's sensational, man. Like, if you like things with high stakes and good characters as well, and everybody's like jacked as fuck as well. Like, I really wanted to take bodybuilding to the next level after watching JoJo's.
I love how like the protagonist is like a 15 to 17-year-old kid, and they just like they literally look like Mr. Olympia.
Yeah.
Average anime high school student, basically.
That's exactly.
And they sound like a 40-year-old man as well.
That's the best part about it.
Yeah, man, for real, man. That's sick. Okay, so, Carl, I do have some questions for you, some topics to get into. I kind of want to go through some of mine first, because I've got one that's a little bit of one that I think we could probably go off on a little bit. So obviously I saw you crack the white monster earlier. Now, your fellow rival and competitor, another PCA Pro, Cam Cleaver, has asked, what is definitively the best flavor of monster?
It's got to be white monster, right?
Do you think?
I agree.
Really?
I think that's the one that I would always go back to. Yeah.
It's the best daily driver for sure, but best flavor, like,
what would you say?
The OG, the original.
No chance.
No
way.
Hear me out.
Yeah, that is for wife beaters. That.
No, that is a crazy.
It literally is. No, it is literally.
No.
That and Red Bull.
No, Red Bull
Literally abusers.
Red Bull is for abuse and Stella Artois. But I will go out on record and say, Carl, you were into skateboarding, right? How old were you when you started skateboarding? 15. So does the original Red Bull flavor, the original monster flavor, not just remind you of peak skateboarding?
That doesn't mean
OG Skrillex, that was out at the same time. You know what I mean? Like,
mine was Red Bull. Like, I scooted before skateboard. I would go down to the park when I was like 10, 11, and I would just get that liter boost, and then just skate for like 5 hours straight. Or scooter for 5 hours straight, just absolutely cracked off my head, not even knowing what caffeine was.
Did you have Relentless?
Yeah.
I did do the Relentless as well. That was a big one. They used
Degenerate juice that.
Yeah. No, I would say the original flavor. Like, I don't. The white is like the best one to go back to every day. Like I've got loads.
The OG monster to me is the
orange
because like back in the day, like they had the monsters and it was just like a few of them, and it was like green. There was like orange and yellow, right? It's like Ripper.
Yeah.
I always went for Ripper. I don't know why. I just preferred it. But I get what you mean though.
Yeah.
But since obviously we're all bodybuilders now, we can't have full sugar monsters. So
No, we
white
can't.
monster
Yeah, the white.
all the way.
The white is a goat. The white is a goat. The watermelon one's very underrated as well, to be fair.
It is. I actually quite like that. I like, turn another underrated one, the pineapple, the gold one.
A lot of people hate on that. A lot of people hate on that.
I like
it's
it.
different. I think it's fine, man. I don't think any of them are. In a gaining phase, like the only one I would go for is the white one. Because like when you're pushing up food, like the last thing I want is like a fucking mango infused blueberry. Like fuck off. Like I just want like either battery acid flavor or just like white.
Yeah,
you know.
I'm with you.
So yeah, to answer your question, Mr. Cam Cleaver, definitively the white is the go.
Yeah, I just want to give a shout out as well to my mate Callum, who said, "What's your favorite monster?" And you can't say me.
Shout out Callum, man.
No repeats the question, so
yeah. Right, we've got another one from Faye Nasser, and she's asked, if you were an animal, what would it be? I don't feel like that's fair for you to answer about yourself. I think we could answer, we can stick one on each other. I mean, you're pretty large, in pretty good condition, but you're also like I don't think you're an overly aggressive person, you know? So I wouldn't say like you're a predator of any description.
Well, it's like a giraffe. What's it going to be then?
No, not a panda.
Yeah, panda time then.
Yeah.
I think
I
think me and Qais will probably agree on what yours will be with the new hair. It's got to be a lion, surely.
A lion. I'll take that.
He's not aggressive enough to be a lion.
But he's got the mane.
To be fair, he does look. Have you seen The Wizard of Oz?
Yeah.
You look like literally the lion from, the Cowardly Lion. Yeah, the OG one. Yeah. You know the Cowardly Lion from Wizard of Oz?
The Cowardly Lion, safe, man.
Yeah.
Safe, bro.
That literally spitting image. To be fair, looks-wise, I'd say, yeah, a lion.
Yeah.
Safe, right. Okay, Qais. Well, I would say, I think you're like a flamingo.
I'll take that.
Yeah, like...
posing.
Yeah. One leg up,
Yeah.
Decent upper body. Pink.
Pink, yeah.
So we got a panda, a lion who's a pussy, and a flamingo. Sick. I hope that answers your question, Faye. It's fantastic. For fuck's sakes, man. All right, we've got one from Harry Langbeer. You boys know Harry?
I've heard of him. I don't know him though.
Yeah, man, he's a big lad. He's like fucking like 310 pounds at the minute. He's a big boy, and he's asked: eat a cup of piss, shit, and cum, or only compete in men's physique for eternity. So
I'm guessing this guy doesn't compete in men's physique then.
No. He's 310 pounds. Yeah. Might be.
I know which one I would pick, but I don't want to see it on the camera. Yeah, I've competed in men's physique before.
You hate men's physique that bad?
Yeah, I competed in men's physique before, and it was, for one, like I don't think I'm suited for it, and then two, like I didn't have as much fun. It would be hard to go back knowing that I'd done both and made the decision. It's not like I've never competed in men's physique, and it's like, oh, I might like it, sort of thing. But I wouldn't drink the cup either. Men's physique. And then quit bodybuilding.
As opposed to just drink a cup of excrement once.
Yeah, to be fair, like you wouldn't die, would you?
No, you'd probably get very ill. Very ill. You'd probably get like a little bit of PTSD, but then like you'd be sad. I'd say after that.
Yeah, I've probably drank worse.
Yeah. Then piss, shit, and cum.
Probably.
Yeah. Okay, so what we're going to say, you're going to take the cup, you're going to take the drink?
Yeah, I'll take the drink. I'm too invested at this point.
Yeah, that's fair enough, to be fair. I'm going to only compete in men's physique, to be fair. I don't know. I don't really give a fuck about competing as well. Like if there was no more bodybuilding shows, like, I'd still continue to do what I do every day anyway. I like men's physique. I think men's physique is cool.
I do.
Qais, I'm going to say... you're gonna maybe side with me on this occasion.
Maybe, yeah. I think I have to. I think I'm known as Mr. Men's Physique at the minute, so like I can't.
Yeah,
I can't betray my my
Men's
division.
physique is actually the reason I got into bodybuilding, so I can't knock it at all.
really.
Yeah,
It's a lot of people's reason.
Jeremy
Like
Buendia,
people,
like I remember I got into it was like David Lay videos and then like Jeremy Buendia, and then watching him, and then boom, straight into the bodybuilding scene.
Yeah, man. I think Buendia inspired a lot. I think he just brought that kind of like full
I
completeness.
mean, he's my inspiration. The reason I got into men's physique as well.
I think some of the men's physique guys get knocked, but genuinely, I think like some of them have arguably the best physiques in the IFBB and just bodybuilding in general. People just knock it because of the shorts.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it also gets knocked for kind of like the rap that some of the athletes give as well. Like I don't know if you boys saw, like Ali Bilal was saying that the prize money like wasn't fair or whatever at the Arnolds.
So it was more the comments that Arnold made.
Yeah,
Did you see what Arnold was saying?
What's your opinion on that?
I mean, it was like if you're on the commentary and you're making comments about people's legs in the shorts, like there's a time and place to do it, and I think it was taking the mick on the commentary to do that. Like it's unprofessional, I think, to do that.
Arnold, man, like he takes a piss out of like literally everyone. You know, like
but he got called out for them as well, and it doesn't like if you're taking the mick out of a whole division, like the division that's on the stage, like why even have it there? And the reason why they have it there is because it makes money. Like, but you can't have it both ways when you're taking money from the division and you disrespect it as well. Like that's the thing that it's a bit mess. And the thing is, the reason why big reason why open bodybuilders get so much money is because of the entries of the men's physique competitors, because there's so many of them and they pay the money. And it's like there's such a disparity. Like I get open bodybuilders should earn more, classic should earn more than men's physique, that's fine. But when there's such a big difference between I don't agree with that, because the disparity between the prize money doesn't equate to the disparity between the popularity of the divisions. I think it's different. So it needs to be like every year, open prize money goes up, men's physique just stays the same every single year.
I think
even though the number of competitors in men's physique goes up every year and the money it brings in comes up every year. So it's just, I agree with Ali Bilal.
I think the way I see it is like I wouldn't have deeped it too much, because at the end of the day, Arnold is classic physique. Like, you know, you're always going to have that home sort of, you know, like in football where you're like, oh, my club's the best club sort of thing. So I wouldn't have even. Yeah. If Arnold competed in men's physique back in the day, you probably would say maybe say similar about classic. I think it's more of a case that he has his roots in classics. Maybe it close to open too, and men's physique's probably the furthest from it. But I think in terms of prize money, it should, whatever brings in the most money, it should just be divvied up like that. It only makes sense.
Well, I mean, at the same time, it is Arnold's show. You know, if I would even go as to say, like, if Arnold just stopped giving out prize money entirely, would people still do the Arnolds because of the prestigious title of what it means to actually win an Arnold? Sure, you know, like he doesn't. I mean, like there's so many other categories that he doesn't even have at the Arnolds. You know, like women's physique. Like, who's doing that?
You know why though? Do you know why? Do you know why they don't? Because they don't make money.
I understand it's not as popular, but if you're talking about, you know, what's fair, it's his show. He can do whatever the fuck he wants. You know what I mean? I don't think that.
I mean,
inherent.
the prize money is the less worst thing. I would say, like making comments like that on a live stream. Saying that the prize money isn't the bigger issue. The bigger issue is like making comments like that on a live stream publicly when you're supposed to be the official head of it. It's unprofessional.
Yeah, especially it's hard to say because, you know, like if coming from Arnold's perspective, I can understand why I might see that, but at the same time, it's Arnold. Like
you know, he's always been like a jokester. And,
do you remember when? Do you remember George Peterson won the classic, and he told him to do a vacuum, and he couldn't do it?
No.
Yeah, because George Peterson, he's known for not being able to hit a vacuum. He always crunched his abs, and he was like, "Why don't you hit the vacuum?" And he's like, he literally hits the front double, crunches his abs. What a vacuum! Wow. It was so funny.
Well, at least he gives it. Like I feel like if you dish it out fair, it's not so bad. But yeah, I get the controversy around it. 100%.
Yeah. No. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like men's physique just could. I feel like it would get less of a rap if there was less controversy regarding a lot of the top athletes in the sport anyway. You know, I don't know. I don't really see like too much drama going on with like the open guys, really. You know?
I do. I see a lot.
Well,
You see what's happening with Nick Walker now.
That's funny. That's different.
But that's the same as drama. Like literally, Bob Ciccarello saying, "I'm gonna announce you as 8th place." Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah,
That's
no,
funny though. But to be fair, there has been drama. Like Derek's been involved in some like drama with people. Even Samson with the stuff with Milos. I think when Milos he like fired him, and then there was a lot of drama between them at the time. There is with every. I mean, maybe Classic not so much, but I think they're all open. That everyone has egos at the top level. I think it was the worst back in the day with men's physique. Like this is nothing with men's physique now, but if you saw back in the day when Jeremy Bundia was there, Andrea Ferguson, like the stuff that they would say to each other in the press conferences before, like they would properly have beef with each other back in the day. Like this is nothing really.
Yeah. Do you boys mind if I go to the toilet real quick?
Yeah, go for it, mate.
Bodybuilder bladder.
Yep. Sweet. All right then. Should we see what the next question is and maybe discuss it ourselves?
Yeah, sure, sound. Yeah.
Yep. Have we got another one?
I only had one other one from James, which was how does it feel to be a more handsome and jacked version than Frank Zane? Which well,
very nice.
Yeah. I think Carl knows he's handsome and jacked. So
yeah. Okay. So I'll go on to the AniGains page now. So the first one, I think we might have covered this, is if you could have any anime eye, what would you have? Can do just aesthetic and also powers.
I swear we've spoken about that before.
We might have, and it might be the same guy as well, but let's just answer it again.
Well, I said I'd have the Byakugan so I don't have to wear my glasses when I drive. I'm a very simple man. You know.
Yeah. Byakugan's a good one. Maybe the Gias for the power.
That's definitively probably the best one to pick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then aesthetic, I would say maybe Itachi's Mangekyo Sharingan.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure. Big red eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe Gojo. Gojo's eye looks pretty cool as well.
Gojo's just got light skin eyes. Like.
Yeah.
Does
he light skin?
He doesn't have any actual power with them.
Yeah. But because whenever he does his, is it the blue and red and he goes to the purple? Yeah. That's when he takes his thingy off.
Yeah, but I feel like that's not inherently through his eye. I think he does that for dramatic effect, no?
Maybe, but there must be a reason he covers his eyes.
I think it's just because he's like, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. We'll just say Gojo's eye. I don't think there's any power based through them specifically. I think he just knows that like they look pretty cool, man.
Should we ask Kyle then?
Yeah, Kyle. If you were to have any eye in anime, like any like sort of like power that you can get through the eyes or like the actual aesthetic of them, what would you pick and why?
Eyes. The only one I can think of is Sharingan.
To be fair,
yeah, I said Sharingan as well.
That's Sharingan, yeah, the most.
Yep.
Mate, there's fucking loads. Like
there's loads.
Every anime has just like some character with some wacky eyes.
I mean, from the same anime, there's Rinnegan as well.
And there's the one that bloody Naruto has when the Ninetales kicks in. Just an
eye?
Yeah, his eyes change.
But that's not really a power. It's just that colour of his eyes. Oh, another good eye is Kurapika's eye.
Yeah.
Like for the aesthetic of it.
Yeah. All right, sound. We've answered that guy's question before. Yeah.
Sweet. Next question. Okay, good one. What was the... where are we? Questions. Yeah. So what was the first anime you watched and was like, I really like anime now?
So it got you into it.
Any takers?
I've already answered this question, I think. Dragon Ball OG. And then Tokyo Ghoul.
Yeah. I think the one that got me then exploring different genres, my first one was Inazuma 11, but the one that like got me, I was like, okay, this is sick. Probably Death Note.
Exactly. To me, that's exactly the same. That was my first like anime that I watched.
Yeah.
Like I was hooked from the get-go and I was like, okay, I need to watch more anime from him.
Yeah.
Definitely Death Note. I think that's the same for a lot of people as well.
I wonder why that is. You know? I wonder what it is that draws people into Death Note which then opens up the floodgates.
Maybe other people recommend it, and also it's like one of the most like highly rated in terms of like IMDb ratings. It's like 9. I think it's 9 or 9.1 on IMDb. So it's probably one of those like just spoken about and popular anime. So it's like kind of easy to get into, and it's not too weeby as well, as we've mentioned.
For me,
so it's easy for like new watchers to watch.
It's one of those ones where every episode is just like,
Cliffhanger.
I need to watch the next episode.
Yeah.
It's so easy to get into it.
It's an easy binge watching. Yeah. Sweet. Okay, so the next one goes into 2 separate parts. So it's Finley Roberts, and he says, "How are we enjoying Invincible?" And the next one goes, "And do you count Invincible as anime?"
Let's answer the second part first.
No. Absolutely not.
No.
That's like saying, "Do you count SpongeBob as anime?"
Like Breaking Bad as anime.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not really. No, I don't. I mean, definitively, like if you want to go the textbook definition, it has to be a certain style of animation coming out of the East, and which is why like Naruto or Pokemon, it can't be considered.
Well, it's Japanese. It's Japanese animation, isn't it? Anime.
Yeah. And then, how am I enjoying Invincible? I think Invincible's fucking fantastic. I think it's one of those shows where it's like, it kind of falls off of my radar, and it went back onto it because obviously season 3 dropped, and then every single person who I know that is like has a slight affiliation to like any form of like pop culture came straight to me, the guy with the AniGains podcast. Oh, mate, you need to watch this show. It's insane. It's so good. It's good. It's very, very good. I'll give it that. I do enjoy it. I don't think it's like peak fiction, but I think it's very good. Carl, are you watching?
I watched season 1. My brother's watching it right now, and he's been telling me like, you need to watch it. It gets good. I think it's another one of those where I stopped watching it because, and this happens with any anime where there's like a few bad episodes in a row. I'll just like, I'm not wasting my time here. So I think it was maybe season 2 where it was one of those where I was struggling to watch it, and I just stopped watching it. And then with those, I don't pick them back up. Season 1 was awesome.
Yeah, really.
It sounds
good.
like what's this, season 3?
Season 3.
Like, it sounds like you know when everyone's talking about it that it's good.
Yeah, for the most part, I find. I mean, like, I don't know, like everybody was talking about, I don't know, the second season of Squid Game when it came out, and I thought it was good.
I thought it was really good. The thing is, I was expecting it to be not good.
Yeah.
And I thought it was very good. Not like, obviously, once again, not peak fiction, but way better than what I thought it was. And I thought it was worth the wait.
Season 1.
Yeah.
The only thing is, it didn't have like the shock value that season 1 did have, because I was kind of but the thing is, a good thing they didn't do is like repeat the exact same thing. Like the way they went with the story, like towards the end, it's not like they just follow the exact same formula, which made it different and interesting. But at the same time, obviously, it didn't have the same like, oh my days value of the first season. But as its own season, I enjoyed it. Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
I need to watch it.
Yeah.
I need to. He's gonna do.
Not gonna spoil it, but yeah, it's good. Very good.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I think a lot of people just kind of get carried with hype. Something's new and like, oh my god, it's fucking peak. I was like, no, it's not.
Thing is, every time anyone says that, I hold reservations now. Like everyone, like especially in the anime community, I've noticed everyone, any new hype show, like Solo. Once again, I'm gonna bring up Solo
Leveling.
Any new like hype show,
like Kaiju number 8.
Immediately,
everyone
like literally every time an episode comes out, people are saying, "Oh, this is peak. This is the best thing I've ever seen." I'm like, it's not, is it? It's not the best thing you've ever seen.
The only thing I was like that with was Jujutsu Kaisen season 2 when that was coming out.
That run of episodes when like so much was happening, that was like, this is insane.
Yeah. Season 3.
That was very good.
Have you guys watched Shangri-La?
No.
It's on my list to watch. Well, what is Shangri-La?
God, I didn't. It was one of those where I was on Crunchyroll, and you know, you had like the advert. Like normally, Crunchyroll is a pretty trash app, to be honest. Like you got like the tabs at the top, and I was just clicking through, and it was like Shangri-La, and then it was like 5-star rated. I was like, oh, like normally they're not that highly rated. I was like, I've never heard of it. It must be good, and it's because season 2 is releasing progressively now, and it's kind of like Sword Art, but it's like a guy who is, his hobby is playing like terrible virtual reality games. It's set in like 2050, and then he he goes to the shop and she's like, oh, like, he's like, oh, I'm bored of, like, I can't find a new game. She's like, you should try this one. And it's basically the best game in the year 2050. And it's like VR and it's like basically real life. And he just goes into the game, VR, and it's just him going through this, like, I don't know what they call them, like RPG, MMO.
Yeah.
MMORPG.
Yeah. But it's one of those animes where I won't say every episode, but 9 out of 10 episodes are good to the point where you're like, I want to watch the next episode.
Like that.
It's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
But I started it about 2 weeks ago and I'm on episode 41.
If that's on the recommendation for you, I'll watch that.
Yeah, it surprised me because I didn't even mean to find it. Never heard about it before either.
Yeah.
Those are the best ones, those like inconspicuous anime where it's like they're not really spoken about that much. You watch it and I'm like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
Do you know what? A huge one for me in prep, there was one where food focus was just through the fucking roof. It was like raining outside, so I couldn't even do my steps outside. And this anime popped up on Netflix called Delicious in Dungeon.
That's quite popular.
Mate, I'd never heard of it before. I know it's popular.
Is it good? Is it good though?
It's incredible. It's so good. Like he's literally, it's about people like, mate, Food Wars is very good. Food Wars, it's weird. It's like you would think Food Wars is about food, but it gets sexual. This you think this would get sexual, but it's
you're
about
watching
food.
An anime that's supposed to be about food, and you have to turn the volume down on your PC.
Oh mate, yeah. Oh no, I was actually watching that on the plane, like to Korea. And the small Korean lady next to me thought I was such a degenerate, man. I was just hungry, like, you know.
For what?
Well, to be fair, that was on the flight to Korea. I had like no sex drive and I was just so done. I just wanted to try some like smoked chicken, and then man, fuck yeah, man. No, Delicious in Dungeon. I highly recommend it. Go into it more blind. Don't watch it on prep though. Like you'll get done with your show and you'll binge. Like. Trust me. Yeah, man. All right.
Yeah, man. So I think those were all the questions on the AniGains. Have we got any more else for anyone? Kyle, have you done all your questions?
I've got some. I got 10 questions.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Not a lot.
Let's go.
But, do you want me to go for the anime ones first?
You just go for whatever.
Or should we go for them in order?
Any.
So, my client, Alex, said, would you rather be a Saiyan or a Kryptonian or a Viltrumite?
Oh, that's hard. I mean, like, they're all kind of like extraterrestrial sort of like beings, so to speak. I think I'd go for Viltrumite because I like the alternate reality in which they take over the Earth. And I feel like Saiyans are too biased to... First of all, if I was a Saiyan, I would not be the strongest Saiyan. Like, as a Viltrumite, that doesn't matter. You know, there's a much more even scale, like power scaling throughout them. So if I were to be on this planet, I would like to know that if others are going to come, I'm not going to get absolutely smoked by another one that would disagree with me.
Power level difference.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You know,
being
like,
a human anyway.
Yeah, exactly. You know, like if we compare Saiyans, like I think not Yamcha. Who was the first? Was it Raditz? Yeah, the first guy in Dragon Ball Z to appear. He was a Saiyan, and like he was terrible. You know, like you can be a Saiyan, but like you don't make you a god. But a Viltrumite would. So I'm gonna pick that.
What about you, kids?
Right, I'm gonna preface this by saying I don't know what a Viltrumite is.
Haven't seen Invincible.
No, I haven't.
Go watch Invincible, bro. Like, actually, you'll like Invincible.
It's basically Kryptonian.
Got ya. Yeah, the only thing with Invincible is like I've been put off by superhero movies, like anything superhero related, because of what Marvel has become in the last few years.
I get that. Yeah,
you know what I mean. It's put me off anything superhero related now. But so between Kryptonian and Saiyan, I'm just gonna say Saiyan because for me it's cooler.
Yeah, you get the hair.
Yeah, the hair.
I would do Saiyan.
Yeah, and the more jacked as well.
Yeah, to be fair.
The thing about Saiyan is like you basically can't die, and the more you like beat yourself up and stuff, the better you get. I like the thought that you could.
Have you seen the video of this kid? Like, it's maybe 15 years ago now on YouTube. He literally like tries to go Super Saiyan on YouTube. It's like definitely autistic, but he literally is just like twitching on screen, like going like that, and literally going Super Saiyan, and he like convinces himself he's gone Super Saiyan. It's
No, to be fair, I think
tried
we
it.
all had moments like that.
You
Yeah,
tried it,
Yeah.
right? Just think,
I was convinced when I was like 14 years old that I actually could use Nen. I was like 100% convinced. I was like, no, I can do it. I did like the cup in the glass and everything, and then like,
so yeah. So what would you be? What type of Nen user would you be?
I put my hands to it, and I don't know like whether it was like the table was like a bit wonky or whatever, because like the water was like shake. I did like put my elbows on the table and like kind of like shook it like that, and then like I saw like the water shaking. I was like, I'm an enhancer.
You're an enhancer.
Yeah, I was like, I remember like I went into school the next day. I told my mate, I can actually use Nen, and he was just like, he's such a good friend. He was like, do you know what, man? I was like, yeah,
I think
bro.
I'd be
Don't
a
tell anyone.
I think I'd be a transmuter.
Yeah,
That's the one that Hisoka and I think Killua are both that one.
yeah, yeah. No, I'm definitely an enhancer. That's the simple one. You know,
That's just gone. Yeah, nice and
Yeah.
simple.
Nice and simple, good, effective, straight to the point. Kyle, please watch Hunter.
I
mate,
watched
you
it. I
need to.
watched a few episodes, but I've forgotten it. I watched it ages ago.
Oh, mate, you need to watch it.
Please get back into it for your
How many
next prep.
episodes is there
Right.
now?
Like 150.
But for what it is, and for how many arcs there is, it's worth it. Like, trust me, like, it's peak.
It is big.
Yeah, it's one of those that
Yeah.
I'll get back into when I run out of things. It's the recap
Yeah.
that puts me off. But
Yeah.
I'll get it
I
done.
get that.
Right, I've
Yeah.
got another question from Alex.
Right.
Alex again.
Yeah.
He was on the ball. Like he dropped these questions like 1 minute after. Would you rather have Arnold's arms and chest or Seaboom's back and legs?
Arnold's arms and
Arnold's arms and chest, easy.
100%.
Yeah.
You don't need anything else.
Seabum's back isn't even that good.
Well, bro, it is.
No. Like relatively speaking, there are people with a lot better backs than
Clip that.
Seabum.
Tag him.
Seabum, if you're listening to the AniGains podcast, please,
You
I'm
know
just
he is.
joking.
Mate,
It
he
was
loves the
just
AniGains podcast.
banter. No, but like relatively speaking, Arnold probably has one of the
Yeah,
best chests
it's
of
not-
all time, and like biceps, probably one of the best set of biceps of all time. But there are a lot of bodybuilders with better
True.
backs than Seabum, and probably better legs
True,
than him as well.
facts. This is what I've always said
Yeah.
about Seaboom. Like dude's, best in classic physique right now. But like he's not. I need to be careful what I say here because he's got a lot of diehard fans. But like he is obviously the complete package, but he's not like Arnold. Like you said with the like massive chest, massive biceps. Like he's
Yeah, I mean, as a whole physique he is better than
Exactly.
Arnold because he's
Yeah.
more complete and better put
Yeah.
together. But he doesn't have as many like standout
Yeah,
body parts.
I feel like
Arnold.
one thing I enjoy about bodybuilding is when a bodybuilder has something that makes you go, yeah, that's
Freaky.
different.
Whoa,
You're like,
wow,
oh,
yeah,
like,
yeah,
like
definitely.
when they've got something crazy that nobody else has.
Yeah. So who would you say at the minute your favorite bodybuilder in any division is?
Probably Wesley. Purely because
Really?
of his voice.
No, okay. No, I agree with that. But let's just say purely physique.
Physique,
Purely
okay.
physique.
I've got one.
I've got one.
Go. You
Go.
guys go. I'll think.
Go on, Cam.
Nas. One punch Nas.
Wow.
I genuinely,
play.
like, looking at him, he's fucking incredible.
He's got crazy. Like his waist is just ridiculous.
Yeah, man. I think, like, I don't know. I do agree to an extent of, like, obviously, I like seeing bodybuilders with a freaky body part because it's freaky, it's captivating. It's so out of the ordinary. Like Derek Lunsford's back is like back double bicep. That is truly spectacular. But Nas is just so complete and he's so grainy but still conditioned.
His quad. I still think his legs are a bit bigger than his upper body in terms of his quads.
But
His quads are ridiculous, and his lower body isn't quite as big as his legs, but he's still like crazy good.
I think like if I had to be like, who am I gonna be tuning in for the Olympia this year?
Yeah. Man, I love his physique, man. Absolutely. I think he'll do really. I think he could be first call out at the Olympia this year.
I would
Classic.
genuinely put him like 7th or like 6th.
Yeah.
Tell you another one, Jack Eagles.
Jack Eagles as well. Yeah.
He looks incredible.
Recently.
Man. Like, he's competing this weekend.
Yeah. He's competing with the Big Kent as well.
Yeah, because they were supposed to compete next week at Detroit, which they are, but he's actually doing an earlier show as well. And in this show this weekend, there aren't that many big names. So like Jack could actually win this weekend because there aren't
It's
really
an
many big names.
Olympia qualifier, isn't it?
Yeah. So that'd be,
Yeah.
and he's competing against Wesley and Matt Gregor as well in the same show.
I don't know what, in Detroit.
No, in Detroit, yeah.
Yeah. I
So
don't know
I think he
whether he's
could.
still doing that show.
He is. He's doing that, and then he's like shutting it down for a few months.
Well, Jack, I hope you
Yeah.
beat him. Jack, I know you are listening to the AniGains podcast, mate. So I hope you beat him. So look at what Wesley has done to my fucking head.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, Jack, go out there and fucking smash
Yeah.
it, mate. No, you can.
Wicked, cool. So my favorite physique at the minute is Keon Pearson.
Yeah,
So cool, so good, man. Like
probably
I think
the best.
I think if he went into open, he could win. I think he's that good. Like he's just so complete. He's leaner. Well, he's leaner than Samson easily. He's like got good condition. He's not missing a body part. He like when he vacuums and hits that front double, the way his like lats just pop out from it, it's like sweep out from his waist and his quads just come out. It's like just perfect shape. Crazy muscle bellies. Like yeah, my favorite physique. I think Keon. I want him to go into open, to be honest.
Yeah.
He probably might, to be fair, because he's...
One day, I think
Keon's one of those where I look at that physique and I can't relate to it because it just doesn't look human.
Yeah.
When people say,
literally anime
yeah, like when people say, yeah, Keon, I'm like, I get it. Obviously, I get it.
Yeah.
But yeah. I think I've had a reminder of myself, and I think before I say, like, One Punch Naz, the crazy thing about him is that he's still like quite a way off his weight cap. So I think that's probably the thing that excites me the most about him. But I think in terms of physiques that like give me the wow factor every time I watch them, people give him a lot of stick, but probably Ramon.
I like Ramon.
No, that's valid.
He's very complete. He's very muscular. He's got good shape. The only thing is he's not a very good poser.
Yeah, people say that.
His posing's like bad. Like whenever he's like going through rounds, he starts shaking. Like when he's in his front double back, he starts shaking.
Last time he competed, he was covered in sweat as well.
Yeah. That was probably like a peaking thing. But I think he really need. Like he could easily win the Olympia. I think if he like improves his posing.
100%. Posing is something you can fix if you smash it out. You know, treat it like a full-time job. Posing twice a day, 7 days a week. You can become professional level poser in a very short amount of time.
I mean, for him, it is a fucking job. Yeah. He's a professional bodybuilder.
I don't know what. Yeah, I don't think he takes it seriously enough. If you compare him to like C-Bum, for example, like C-Bum just hits the poses and is like a statue when he's on stage.
If it was my full-time job, I would literally make sure that I did everything I could. If it was all I was doing, I'd be posing 3 times a day, just drilling the shit out of it.
Yep.
There's no excuse for it, I don't think, at that level. But you don't know what people have got going on.
No.
So I'm sure he's got a reason. Maybe he's just really dyspraxic.
Yeah,
maybe.
To be fair. I mean, like, as well, like, I was thinking, like, what we said earlier at the beginning, like, if all you have to offer is your physique, you know, you can avoid, you know, you can potentially be, like, quite a one-dimensional individual. And, like, I feel like for myself, personally, if I ever got to, like, a top-level thing and it did become a full-time job, would I put all of my time into it? Probably not, because I think I would get quite burnt out, like, pretty quickly. Even, like, when I'm, like, doing, like, the depths of prep, I still make sure to, like, set aside some time to do something else that's completely unrelated. Just
thing is, you could do that and still like have and get, especially if it is like your full-time thing, like you're a full-time bodybuilder. Like you could spend some time doing whatever it is, like your own thing, and still make time to get your posing in.
I'm not saying you couldn't, but I'm saying, would you be able to have that actual ability to switch off? For myself, I don't know if I could, because it would always be running in the back of my mind. Like, even if I was, like, say, I don't know, playing golf, I'd always be thinking, like, when do I need to have my next meal? Am I going to, say, pull my fucking hamstring, you know, just by swinging this golf club? You know, is it going to be too hot? Am I getting stressed out? You know, like, these kind of, like, small things like that. I don't know. So, yeah, I don't know.
I get what you mean. After every time I've competed, I always basically quit bodybuilding. This is the first time where I've not actually like borderline quit, but I still have like 3 months off where I eat. Just don't even, if I want to take a rest day, I'll take a rest day. I just take it super easy, so that after those months, like I come back and I actually want to do it.
Yeah.
You know, when you have like a week off sick and you're like, oh yeah, ready to go back. kind of like that, but because I've had 3 months.
Definitely. Nah, you need it. You need it sometimes when you've like just, especially on a prep, when you're just hammering everything day in, day out. Like, and if it's sometimes good just to take a bit of a break from everything, and then once you come back, you're ready to get back into it.
Yeah, helps so much.
Yeah.
That's why when I deload, I won't go gym. Like, it's not the best thing to do, but
Really?
like I'll just have a week off.
Yeah. But then, like, how often do you deload? It's like probably like never.
Yeah, like every 12 weeks. Maybe if like on a bulk where I'm absolutely destroying myself and like training set days, like maybe 6 every 6 weeks.
Really?
Yeah, maybe it depends.
Yeah.
If my training performance is going up, if the lifts are going up, I'm not taking a week off. I don't care if I'm dying. It just
But it's like when things start getting
yeah.
unproductive. Yeah. I feel that. Yeah, I've never ever planned a deload in my entire life. It's just like I'll probably deload like I don't even deload, I devolume. So I'll just do one working set across everything. Where I'm like, I don't know, I don't want to like stroke my own dick. I'm like relatively strong. So like if I say do like 80% of my top set weight, I'm still going to be taking a huge amount of accumulative fatigue from that and just getting not as much stimulus, you know. So I just do like one good working set across pretty much all my major lifts, and then a little bit of fluffer, and then but even then next week I'm like, I want to go back and just fucking smash it, like get loads in, you know. Yeah, man.
I tried a deload, like a proper one, and it was like it was okay, but I want to do like a proper one where you do like a devolume or like a proper deload. Like I've always
I feel like you need to...
I do that. I do exactly what you do, but I focus on like, rather than just hammering myself, like I'll just take one set off everything and focus like more on like not volume work, but more on higher reps, just so I make sure like every set is good quality, rather than doing like a set of 6 or something where I'm like barely gonna feel anything. Just make sure like I get a decent pump rather than like absolutely hammering myself. And then I've got a good pump and I'm not battered after the session as well. And then I'm ready to get back into it for the next training block.
That's to be fair, that's what I did when I tried it properly. I basically did like a technique week, or I just didn't go to failure. But I was like, I'm having a week off this time around.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, I've got another good question here if you want me to read it.
Cool.
Yeah, go for it.
A friend from school, Zach, asked, hardest thing with starting, I assume he's talking about bodybuilding, starting bodybuilding to post contest, how you overcame it, / mindset or tip.
So is this starting bodybuilding or the post-show phase?
From start, I think from starting like the whole journey, from starting bodybuilding to all the way to post comp, post prep, what's the hardest thing in your opinion, and how you overcame it?
I feel like there's one like kind of like definitive like sort of like blanket answer which covers all of that, and it's almost like having conviction and the belief that your goal is going to be worth it, and that the payoff for all the work that you're going to do leading up, building into the show, when things get harder, even like after the show, you know, still staying goal orientated. It's like remembering that picture of like what your reason to compete is. You know, every person has an individual reason, you know, whether it's just to become in shape, to become the best version of yourself, to, I don't know, for even like social media clout, for, you know, whatever. You need to have a reason and a conviction that is going to be strong enough. And even on the days where it gets hard, you need that reason needs to be strong enough to be able to overcome those hard days. Even, you know, post show, when you say you do want to eat whatever, and, you know, there's not as many eyes on you, you know, you need to have you know, you still need to be goal orientated. It's like, you know, on the first couple of weeks of the diet where like things are getting harder, you know, you need to be goal orientated, you know, even like leading into the show, it's like, can you afford to be nervous? Not really, you know, like you're nervous because you care, but like if your conviction is strong enough, and, you know, it's more of a test of your overall conviction that is the hardest part, in my opinion, than anything else.
Yeah. So I'd say like, in terms of the prep itself, the hardest thing for me is energy levels dropping. So like, especially when you're in the depths and you're on like, you're shredded and you're on low food, like when when you feel like your legs are made out of lead and they're just dragging, and you still have to get like 15,000 steps or whatever, do rounds and rounds of posing. and you just want to lie down and you still have to get it done. So that's probably the hardest thing for me. But as Cam mentioned, like, it's just like, okay, you're doing this for a reason. Why do you want to do it? I tell myself, like, my competition, they're doing everything they need to do, so I cannot miss on anything if I want to. If I can want to call myself a champion and achieve that and win, like, I need to do everything I need to do. So it's just like, just having that mindset, like almost becoming robotic, where you just like, regardless of how I feel, I'm going to do it anyway. And then post show, it's seeing your body not deteriorate in terms of you just put on body fat quickly, because when you're in a state where you're shredded and you eat a bit more food, all that food pretty much is going to get turned into fat and water straight away. It's not, you're not going to build loads of muscle from the get-go. Exactly. So
especially as a natural, like,
and when you eat a lot of food post show, you'll look a lot worse quite quickly, especially when you're bloated and you have water. And like that realization of, okay, I'm not going to be shredded, I'm not going to look like this. And when you're so attached to the way you look and that is quite hard to deal with initially.
Your face
but then once again,
fear, and you're like,
yeah, exactly. But then once again, it's being goal orientated and thinking, okay, why do I need to eat more food? Well, I need to put more fat on to be in a hormonally better position to then go into a good position for my off season and grow. So you need to treat it as a good thing that you put in on fat on, rather than, oh, well, I don't look as good now and all that. Well, you've looked good for a reason. You've looked shredded to compete. You're not doing it just to stay completely shredded year round. If you actually want to improve for the next time, you need to get a bit fatter initially. So it's just like flipping that switch and having that mindset. And for me, that was quite hard to deal with initially, because I put loads of fat on and weight in my midsection like straight away. And I lost all the detail like in a week or so, which is quite hard to deal with. Yeah, it was like it was my first prep and competition that that happened, where I just So I put on like maybe in the first week like 11, 12 pound, like in the first week.
That's really not that bad. Like,
some people do more, but the thing is, for me, the weight goes onto my midsection straight away. So I lose all like my arms and delts are still shredded and vascular and everything, but my midsection is just watery. And that's like genetically what I'm like when I put on a lot of weight. So like, it's so much more visual when I put on that weight quickly that you just can't see the detail anymore. That was hard to deal with initially for me. But now, like, I know I'll lose the detail, but it is what it is. I know I can get shredded whenever anyway, so it's fine.
Yeah. I'm glad you guys said that about the mindset thing as well, because I have no explanation for why I do what I do. I think it's the only thing I could say is like I said, I was going to do it, so I do it, sort of thing.
You do it because you can.
Yeah.
You know, because you're physically capable and like, you're going to bring something decent.
And it's one of those, like, if I decide that I want to do it and I weigh up the options and like I've said I'm going to do it and I don't do it, like, it's just, that would be way worse than just going through it for me. Especially long term.
Definitely.
Like, it's really a long term thing for me, a long term mindset. Like, what's going to make me feel better in the long term? Short term, I feel great if I stop, because like, I get to eat, I can sit on the sofa, get to do like a normal life. But you know, like in 6 months' time, or maybe even 4 weeks' time, when you forget about how hard it felt, you won't forget how you feel about yourself after like quitting. So I think that's the thing that keeps me going, is just making sure that I am who I say I am to myself, because at the end of the day, like, if you are who you think you are, you can go a long way. But I think the hardest part of my competing journey was that first prep, because it was the way I saw it. It was like, you know, like World War One. It was kind of like this propaganda. Everyone's like, oh yeah, we're gonna go to war. Like, we're gonna be heroes. It's gonna be so good. Like, we're gonna get to shoot guns. And then you get there, you're eating a biscuit a day. You've got trench foot. You've got no energy. You're covered in mud, rain, and it's just it's a terrible experience. That was like my first prep. Like, I thought it was gonna be so cool. I was gonna be shredded all the time. I was gonna feel great. I was gonna look like a superhero. And it was just brutal. Like, it was just arguably the hardest thing I've ever done. But the energy levels as well, it's kind of gotten easier the more muscle I've developed.
I think it's like sort of like understanding the art of delayed gratification. You know, if you are willing to be uncomfortable, if you can put yourself in an uncomfortable situation, if your goals matter to you that much, if you can dedicate that time within, a period of a day, accumulatively over the course of 3 to 4 months, and you're willing to get a bit uncomfortable, you have the gratification of having, memories, pictures, potentially, trophies, whatever, that will last you for the rest of your life. You can actually say you did and you achieved and you overcame, something that was bigger than yourself. And not only that, because it's competitive, you overcame other people who were also doing the same thing. Like these people are your competition, but they also have so much in common with you. You didn't do this journey alone. You're surrounded by like-minded individuals who want to be better. You become a part of something that's bigger than yourself. And it's very easy to be like, oh, well, doing Stairmaster is hard, or, you're still eating fucking 5 times a day. You still have the liberty to do everything. So I would almost like switch the mindset of what's the hardest thing to like, it's hard, but what can you get out of it? If it wasn't worth doing, so many people wouldn't do it. Like no one would do the sport.
The delayed gratification is a massive thing. I feel like that's why my first time was the hardest, because it's just like, this is shit, and you've not had that delayed gratification experience yet from the journey. And then it gets easier after that because you know what's coming at the end of it when you finish. I think that I always say to people, the 2 days post-show, or the first time I ever competed, like the 2-3 days post-show in London, were like the best 2-3 days of my life. So I was just on top of the world.
Really?
It wasn't like, there was nothing special about the weekend other than the fact that I'd just finished like this 4 months of torture. And I was like a free man.
You know that you did it.
I was drinking beer, eating barbecue food, and it was just good times. And it was all because I spent the previous 3 months before just sacrificing.
Doing it. Yeah. Yeah, but it's so worth it. It's so
Definitely.
100%. You build so much self-confidence and character as well doing it.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Oh yeah, for real. Like when I actually found myself on the plane, like when that plane took off to go to Korea, and I just thought like, fucking hell, like any like time where I was like, I don't want to do this, or this is hard, or whatever, all of that just like fizzled away. I was like, I can't believe we've got this far. Like I was like, this is surreal. Like,
it's crazy.
Like, this the best investment you can make. So don't be sit there thinking like psyching yourself out about what's the hardest thing. If your goals matter to you, you'll always find a way, and you'll never thank yourself enough for doing it.
And anything worth achieving is going to be hard. It's not going to be easy anyway. And for me, that makes it more rewarding. When you achieve a goal, the fact that you've put a lot of work to get to that point, it's like, I did that. That's pretty cool. So it's just a case of like just embracing it as it comes, and like you're doing this for a reason. And yeah, man, it'll be way more fulfilling when you do eventually achieve it.
Yeah, man, for real.
Kid.
Do you want more questions?
All right, then. Have we got any more?
I've got a few. Like some of them are a bit inappropriate.
If we do one more good one.
I was going to say, yeah. We can just quick fire like the others.
Do you want a quick fire?
Yeah, let's go.
Jacob asked age, height.
Height?
25.
ASL. ASL, yeah. ASL. Do you not remember the chat rooms where they say ASL? Age,
location.
25,
right,
6'1" male.
17, female, 220 pound clean.
55, Bay, Guantanamo Bay.
Sick, right.
Right, should we say it seriously? Right. I'm 29.
I did
male.
say seriously.
Wait, we did say male, did we? What did we say? Height and
age.
what?
Don't care about where it's from.
29.
Fucking 6'1", 24.
Oh yeah, 6'1", 25.
Yeah.
We're all tall boy.
Is that only a fucking age difference? 1 year age difference between you and me? That makes me feel shit about myself. Fucking
yeah, man.
Mate, you're so much better than me. Like,
you've not been doing it too long, right? You started bodybuilding like.
Let's just move.
When did you start bodybuilding?
No,
tell me.
I did my first competitive season when I was like 20. I only got good like last year.
Yeah, that's basically the same timeline as me. I did my first when I was 21.
Yeah,
but I've been in the gym since I was 16.
Yeah, to be fair, yeah. I mean, same, but it doesn't matter.
Sorry,
let's just
dude.
move on. Nice.
Anyway, Jesse asks, "Are you currently dating?"
Why do we get asked this every single week?
In it.
What do you mean? Why? I thought this was called the Handsome Fellas Podcast.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's definitely not. It's definitely not the soy boy show. You know, where we just sit around and talk about which anime characters would bone. No. We're so attractive.
Clearly, there's a female audience here.
Maybe for you, mate. Like
now they found out I'm into the romance anime.
It's gone from like 0.1% to 0.2%.
I'm not asking that one.
Go
Favorite sex position? Obviously, someone's gonna ask that. I'm not answering it.
I'm not answering it either.
My friend Antonio said, "Is liking muscle mummies a side effect of getting jacked?" And I don't think it's so much of a question for us, but more of a confirmation of his own experience.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say no.
I mean, I know plenty of skinny dudes up with.
Yeah, I think it's more the skinny guys that enjoy like the domination side of it. Yeah.
Sort of thing. You know, I think personality matters the most.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. This isn't even a question, but someone put, "You ain't a bodybuilder if you can't do a pec dance."
That's real.
Live on the pod, pec dance.
That's
Favorite
real.
anime? I'm an Attack on Titan girl. We've already gone through it. What all-time favorite anime?
Attack on Titan.
Hunter.
Yeah, mine's got to be probably Attack on Titan as well. That's the one I always recommend to people when they say, like, what's the best? And this is the last one. Would you give up food if you could have all of your calories, macronutrients in a pill you take once daily?
Fuck no.
Why would I do that?
That's my brother asking me that, by the way. The guy that just watches fighting anime and drinks Monster at 7 in the evening before training, before going to bed at 10.
What a legend, man. No, I get it from the realm of like a time convenience standpoint, but at the same time, bro, like
you enjoy the experience of eating
100%.
stuff.
Like we just like have a button that, you know, like click this button to have sex. It'll be done afterwards.
Everything's automated. Imagine going out with your boys for dinner. Right, boys.
God,
so good.
The Naruto food pill.
I get it though. Like, if you, from an efficiency standpoint, but yeah, you don't want to.
If you were like on like 6,000 or 7,000 calories and it was disgusting, then maybe.
Yeah.
Or if it was like a cost thing, you know, like if you could get these pills and it costs like $5 a month, you know, you never have to go to the grocery store. But like, I don't know, bro. Like, just enjoy life, man. Like, you know what I mean? Eating a big amount or small amount of food, it doesn't matter, bro. Just like,
I have considered it at one point though. I think I was obviously bulking at the time, and I'm sure I thought about it and gone, yeah.
Maybe like on certain days. I don't know. Like, a Strom's Meal Max is basically that.
Yeah.
Like, have you ever used that, Kez?
Never.
Strom have a product called Meal Max. I'm not joking. It's like,
is it like Huel?
Yes, but it's better. It's way better. Like, you shake it up and you can drink it and it's done. And I've done like 500 calories in like 5 seconds, and it's just like all your macros hit. Like, I never want to hear somebody complaining about pushing up food.
I never understand it. Like, you can drink calories.
Yeah.
What's the maximum amount of calories you guys reckon you could eat in one day?
Like, probably like 50,000.
Oh, you could not.
Yes, I could.
You could not eat 50,000.
Yes, I could.
Drink
no, you couldn't.
Mate. If drinks, probably like 70,000.
No, you couldn't.
Mate, I could.
That's
no,
like,
you couldn't. Do you know how much that is?
5,000 an hour.
I think I could do 20.
Yeah, but like, listen, like, look.
Yeah, you could do more. You can do more than 20,000.
A pack of Costco cookies, right? Each one of those cookies is like 500 calories each. There's like 12 in a pack.
But when you have that many, you will get sick quite quickly.
You're right. I'll be fine.
So what's the most you've ever had in a day?
Calories?
Yeah.
Oh, bro, I don't know. I was probably like 15 years old. I probably like got super high. I probably did like 20,000 in a day.
Without
really?
Not even challenging yourself to do it.
Nah, bro. Like, I felt fine.
I think yeah.
I
think mine was the day after my first ever contest season. I think I had, maybe 13,000, 14,000, I think. The day after my show. So that was, Yeah.
Mate, you must have felt fucking awful. Post-show is different.
Mate, I've got a picture. I'll see if I can dig it out at some point. I literally looked pregnant. Like, my stomach was, like, literally pregnant at that point.
Oh, man.
Yeah, not a fun moment. Like, I was, toward the end of the day, I was eating. I was, like, literally on the verge of thought. I was just like, I have to finish this now. So I was just like, yeah, horrible.
What about you, Kyle?
Like, I reckon I could do at least 30,000. But I don't, like, 70,000 is
probably.
outrageous. Like, if you think, like,
No,
full fat mayonnaise,
like,
15 grams is like 100 calories. But you could have like 100 grams of mayo on a sandwich. That's like 1,000 calories-ish. So
See, this is how like motherfuckers just get fat, because like, you don't realize these things add up. Like a pack of like chocolate covered medjool dates, like, brother, that's like nearly 2,000 calories. And you think like that's a fruit, you think you're being healthy, like, brother, like when I was like 15, 16, that is legitimately how I got fat, because I didn't understand calories and macros. I only understood macros. So I was like, if it says it contains protein and it has some form of vegetable in it, how can I get fat? And then I'll eat like 10 adult-sized portions and then be like, yeah, morbidly obese. I don't get it.
Have you guys seen the donuts challenge? 20,000 calorie donut.
That's not
think
like
you could eat it?
no.
10,000 calorie donut. Kez, can you pull up the picture a bit on the screen?
1 second.
For all those...
How do you spell it? How do you spell it?
Like a bread, and then knots, N-O-T-T-S. Donut.
Donut.
I want to say yes. I've not seen it, but I feel like I could. Bro, I can put it away, man.
I reckon.
Like, for real.
I think I would have to do like a little bit of prep. Maybe a day of low eating. You know, have a big glass of water before. I reckon I could do it.
Yeah. Just take a fuck ton of insulin before you do it, and then you have to finish it.
Right, I think I got it.
Yeah, like if you don't do it, yeah, brother. Yeah, I'd do it. I reckon I'd be fine.
Yeah, it doesn't look very big there, but
so it's a 14-inch.
God, this looks like
that's a perspective there.
Yeah. I think I could physically do it. I just don't think I would want to.
Bear in mind as well, like,
the thing is, when you have too much sweet stuff in one go, it just becomes sickly after some point. So you'd have to like go savoury, sweet. That's how you do it.
It has like salted caramel on it as well. I don't know if that would help. I keep saying to myself I'm going to do it, but then I'll be on a bulk and I'll be like, oh, I'm not doing that. But that's bullshit challenge. I don't want to make myself feel sick, and then I'm cutting, and I'm like, oh, I really want to do it, but I'll have to like cut another 2 weeks if I eat that. I've just never done it. I've been meaning to do it for 2 years.
But whereabouts is it?
It's in Nottingham. I'm sure they have other stores maybe. But there's a few challenges about. Yeah. Do the donut challenge. You heard it here first, folks. Oh yeah. That would make some quality content. I feel like we'd have to make Qais do it as well because he doesn't want to do it.
Yeah.
For the sake of content, I'll do anything.
Yeah, man.
Have you seen that? Have you seen that kebab one as well? With it, I think you win like 100 quid or something. It's a two-player challenge.
How much is it though?
2-player.
The thing is, if it's something savoury, I reckon I could do it because I can have way more savoury food.
Kebab.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could do that. I think.
I don't think I could. Not a kebab specifically. Kebabs are just like congealed with fat. When that hits, bro.
I don't think I could.
Yeah. I reckon I could do like fried chicken. Fried chicken would be like easy, like Korean fried chicken, brother. I could probably legitimately do like 3 kilos. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Cool. That's the 90-minute mark. Should we wrap it up?
Yeah, sure.
Cool.
I mean, jeez, this is a good episode, man. Like, I legitimately feel like we could keep talking for like another 2 hours, but like, well, I think we've all got shit to do. Like, probably whoever's like listening to this right now, like, you probably have something else to do. Whatever work you're doing, you're not doing it, bro.
Finished on the Stairmaster now.
Yeah. Oh, mate, imagine listening to us talk about the donuts on the Stairmaster. It'd be salivating, especially if you're going for an hour and a half.
Put a trigger warning on this.
Yeah, prep motherfucker's gonna hate this episode.
Don't forget to clip Qais saying that C-bomb.
Yeah, C-bomb's shit. Yeah.
I meant the other C-bomb.
The other guy.
The other one.
The Indian one. I'm joking.
Oh, man. Yeah. All right. Okay. So, everybody, thank you again for joining us for another fantastic episode of the AniGains podcast. Kyle, where can we find you?
Instagram, Kyle Raison _ and that's pretty much it. I have a YouTube, but I don't post.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Qais?
Yep. So you can find me at Qais Butt _ or Qais Posing on Instagram. So posing slots open in pretty much a month from now. So if you're competing this year in men's physique and you want to make sure your presentation is on point, just drop me a message and get you booked in for April. And also Qais 10 for 10% off at Chosen for you.
Yeah.
Now for you, Cam.
Yeah, man. So if you did like everything that we mentioned on today's episode, please make sure you leave us a like, comment, and share it around with your friends and family. Story tags are appreciated.
Yeah.
Massively. In fact, if you post a thing on your story, you'll get an exclusive Cam's fitness picture, 1 of 1 in your DMs from me. So that's some incentive for you guys to post it on your story. Other than that, if you want to get some fire drip for the gym, the new anabolic apparel Zeus collection is dropping, as well as the old school collection. Use code CAMS, save yourself 10% off. And yeah, boys, aside from that, that is going to be everything. So thank you again for joining us, and we shall catch you in the next one next week. Ciao, ciao.
Peace.